And you know, on the worst days, this is, I couldn't have a two-way interactive message with somebody. So this is like my communication, because I don't have to respond. Lying in my own sweat-soaked pyjamas in bed for like 40 minutes, trying to gain the motivation to get up because I'm in a lot of pain. As soon as I get up, I'll be freezing cold, and I'm gonna have to move quick. Having to rearrange my bed a lot at the moment, like multiple times a day at the moment, because of this night sweats, and they seem to be linked to fever, like the fever breaks or whatever it is, because my head's hot, or it's because my head's hot and my body's cold, and it's a thermoregulation issue. I used to think it was like a blood sugar thing. I'll bet you anything I've got a fever right now. I bet you 500 British pounds. Where's it? That isn't. Okay. $38.5. My body hurts. So boring, so tedious, so boring, so tedious. So monotonous, so boring, so fucking tedious.
Oh, Leslie. Why are you so cute? When did you get so adorable?
Gotta remember, you gotta call him evil and a bad boy and a murderer.
You're so evil.
Otherwise, he starts destroying things to prove himself. It's a toxic masculinity thing. Where's he gone? Oh. Freaking me out, man. Freaking me out. Okay, let's deal with my body fluids, I guess. Yay. Also, it's this thing. Okay. I wish it had a clock face, though, because that's what I'm used to. It might wear both things. The other thing is, like, I can't see my heart rate. It alerts my phone, and it's too late by then. So I might just wear both. What am I looking for my phone for the time? Anyway, it's 20 to 4. I've been lying in like a disgusting slovenly beast in my own bodily fluids for 40 minutes, so I better get up and not do that. Hello, I'm just deciding on how to educate or interact with my son today in terms of, it's Sunday, so I don't think I'm going to make him do much, but I'm thinking he should have something small even on days like this, because I'm hoping that now I've kind of got hold of my health a little bit, and I'll just put up with this fatigue if it doesn't put me in PM. It is what it is. That will spend more time outside, which means he's going to have to spend more time on more formalised, comprehensive work around those hours, because I can't replace his actual education with socialising at this age. I'm focusing on being able to get him to GCSE level, you know, at the appropriate timeline. So as much as he will learn other things through socialisation, it's not something I can't compromise the comprehensive learning for that, as much as it's important. So yeah, it's, as he's gotten older, it's looking like, for me anyway, you know, everybody's different with home education, really different, like, but I would like, first of all, you know, we're less privileged than other people. There's a broad spectrum of home educators, but it's very split, because you have people that have chosen to home educate and they are so privileged that they don't have to work to have funds of income with a household which is very, very privileged, even within the middle class. And those people who are privileged to do that, they do sacrifice, like financially. You know, they really have to limit themselves, but they're privileged enough, and they're privileged enough also that they can spend lots of money on classes and things like this, and they have a car and blah 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 usually. And then there's people like me who have to home educate because there was no other choice. Like that they tried with school and it wasn't meeting their child's needs, which is the number one reason why people home educate. And I'm sure there's a middle ground there where people are privileged enough to make that decision sooner, and that's a big difference too. But and when they're much younger, it's much easier to find affordable and available and accessible to everybody social opportunities for home educated children. And as they get older, it's almost like those people that do have money and privilege will split off into these more formalised educational outlets that they almost outsourcing their education to individual tutors or classes or whatever it is. And then those people that are just looking for, like myself, that are just looking for kids their own age that they can have regular socialisation with, and then do that learning, that formalised education at home, that is a big gap that we don't really have. Because a lot of the time when you go to something, it's just full of 6-year-olds. My son's 13, yeah. He doesn't want to hang around with 6-year-olds. It's also not beneficial to him in terms of his socialisation or his learning. So that's really difficult, and that relies on maintaining some kind of friendship, which again is really hard when you're disabled. Like even my close friends, people that love me, people that will always be my friends, our relationship remains online because I'm too ill, and I'm often too ill to have people here. So it's really tough. And the other thing is that you end up relating to other disabled parents, so we're all fucked. Other disabled parents or other underprivileged parents, because you know, or the other thing is that you do have friendships with these parents, but their kids have grown up and become very different people to your kid. They have very different interests, and that is very true of most of my acquaintances within home education and friendships. But also the other thing was that my son needed less people in his circles, he needed less people within the things that we did attend, so we never made a huge network of connections that we could access in terms of building friendships. But even online, I find my fatigue is so much that one of the reasons I make vlogs on this channel is because I find it like I'll do the basics. You see me do the basics. I'll feed my cat, I'll interact with my child, I'll do like what I can for my son, I will do some basic housework, I will try and have goals that I always fail to meet, and then I'm asleep. I can watch a bit of YouTube. I can't even watch like things that require concentration on television, including The Real Housewives. And you know, on the worst days, this is I couldn't have a two-way interactive message with somebody. So this is like my communication, because I don't have to respond, or there's no two-way cognitive process here. This is just narrating out loud, you know. So to even maintain just a normal human contact that you know, the interaction of messages maintains closeness, and we get into anthropology here, the reciprocity happens because one interacts with each other, even if that's through the form of sending Instagram reels and I don't respond, then it's no one's ethical or moral responsibility to like maintain this level of love they have for me or of closeness they feel for me. That's just inevitably going to fade away, which is the kind of devastation, you know, when the truth of chronic illness is people say you lose friends, and it sounds like a nasty thing, like people like are ableist or something. It's not true. It's just natural, because you disappear from life, and it's kind of heartbreaking because you see how replaceable you are in terms of capitalism, also in terms of social parts of social communication. You kind of disappear, you become an echo, you're dead, you know. So that's really tough. I wasn't concentrating. I think I took all my meds, apart from this one.
My favorite one, because it's like sweeties. It's like sweeties.
The other thing that I've been doing, so I've been trying a few things, well, not trying a few things, but I'm experimenting with a few things. First of all, the visible band was fucking expensive experiment, so it better fucking do something. I don't know how you could prove it wouldn't do something, but it was 60 quid for the band thing, the device, and they could have put a screen on it. And then it's £10 a month, but only if you pay yearly, so I paid it all at once. It was very expensive. The other thing that keeps popping up for me is vagus nerve stimulation devices, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. There's some, I haven't read the scientific articles. I've got a feeling that it probably says this needs more investigation, but of course that's another thing that preys on the vulnerable people, isn't it? Because we literally don't have the energy to go and research stuff. I'm academically minded, I'm trained to read this stuff, right? And I still haven't done it. So anyway, this one particular one was 600 quid, and I thought, I bet that's just what a TENS machine does. So I started putting the TENS machine like on my neck area, which hurts anyway. So I was doing that, and I thought, well, this one's got like an ear clip. So I started Googling it. You can get ear clips for your TENS machine for this reason. So you have to put it on the left side, which is so it avoids your heart. And then it can stimulate the vagus nerve. I don't know how to make it so the TENS machine does a specific hertz or whatever it is that's supposed to stimulate the vagus nerve. I'm sure there's testing done on the vagus nerve stimulators so they could be put to market, but they're also medical devices which are very easily passed through to be put to market. So I mean, for the sake of £600, this was like £3 for like 20 of these. So the sake of £600, I will try this instead and my TENS machine. Thank you. So you've got to, for the TENS machine to work, you have to use both paddles, right? So this one goes on this side. Bearing in mind I'm flipped because from my front camera. So I'm on the left, this is my left side. And then this one, it looks like on this expensive NeuroSim one, this part goes inside, but I felt more stimulation on the outside, but I'm gonna still try the inside because who knows what's going on. It feels a bit hurty, honestly, but watch this. Oh, I can't show you. I can't show you my phone because I'm using my phone, but basically I'll be like a heart rate probably 77, something like that, and the visible band thinks I'm in activity, and then I put this on, like to intensity. Can you even see that? Can't feel it working. Oh, I can. And I don't feel any different apart from it's slightly painful. And it puts me in rest. But also I get this kind of feeling of, you know, goosebumpily, like someone's gone over your grave, but like very, very minuscule all over. So it's definitely stimulating the vagus nerve because I can feel it in my face, and down my back and in my legs as well, very, very faintly. I wouldn't want to put it higher than this because it hurts at the actual point where it's touching, but yeah, we'll try that. And then the other thing that's come through the post is intermuscular B12 with injection. So that came through. I'm gonna do that today, and then every month, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, the cats are getting antsy because I refuse to feed them before 6 AM. So now they're fighting in front of me. Well, I'm not in PEM and I went outside. I stayed within the visible limit thing. I was exhausted. I was fucking fatigued as hell. I nearly fell asleep. And then I fell asleep all evening and all night until like 3:30 AM. So I guess I'll give it 48 hours. If I go into PEM, then I need to be more careful, but I'm not in PEM, other than I always have a fever. Oh, what's she about? Well, I've got the vagus nerve thing on. I feel like I've got a fever. What's your bets? What's your bets? Place your bets. $37.9. So my mornings usually just, especially if I wake up with night sweats, it's obviously exhausting to remake the bed. Like, it looks like I'm not remaking the bed because I can't change the bed sheets. That's not something I can do, but I use loads of different blankets and different blankets under and over me, and different top covers as well. So I have lots of different layers, and I use there's a waterproof mattress protector, and then I also use an reusable incontinence pad, which are amazing. They like dry really fast, and then I just try and wash as much as I can the different things that I'm cycling, and just kind of air them. That's all I can do. I don't care if you think it's gross, really. I see people talk about this stuff on like endometriosis forums and be like, oh, you're so disgusting, why wouldn't you change your sheets? Alright, I'll just change my sheets 4 times a day, change my bed sheets 4 times a day, just for it to happen again. Like when I'm in constant pain and I have constant fatigue and have no carer. Okay, fuck you. I hate that elitist bullshit. It's also ableist as fuck. People trying their best. If my bed smelled, I would take the thing that smelled off it and wash it. If my cleaner wasn't here every 2 weeks, and I hadn't been able to change my sheets longer than that, I'd get my son to help me do it on a good day. But just crazy privilege to be judging people like that. That annoys me. So anyway.
Hello, my little kid. Hello, you. Hello, my little kid. Little kid. Why are you so naughty? Why are you so naughty? Naughty.
Okay. I'm just gonna do this B12 shot. I can't do that on here. Also, you shouldn't do that. So it was fine. Wouldn't do that if you're scared of those things though. So I'm just going to start again with these because I don't know any sellotape. I had like duct tape, masking tape, double-sided tape, with no sellotape, so we're gonna do that again. I think Percy's enjoying the space heater and the heated blanket at the same time. Get out! Oh my god. I literally have to leave the room for my health because you're stressing me out. She's trying to give some relaxing vibes. My girl's gonna keep my space warm, aren't you? We're gonna go outside in accordance with the Visible app. And we're gonna ignore the fact that I have blue lips. It's probably fine, you know. Feeling Christmassy, gonna be even more Christmassy in a minute. Give me 5 minutes. To add some whimsy to your day and everyone who views me in the next 3 hours. And a cute dog bonus.
I feel like a little princess.
No.
I feel like a little...
6, 7.
No.
See how this should. But is that the Conservative Club? Is it Asda's at the end of the rainbow? Came home absolutely exhausted. By the time I was ready to go, I was starting to get symptoms of PEM. I was starting to wait for the bus for 20 minutes, and I was like, fuck this, and got an Uber. I was already done, and then came home and tried to sleep, and then ate and just fell asleep. It's like 1 in the morning now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and click the bell button. This is so fucking weird. Such a weird thing to say. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on my journey of nothingness. What else do you say? Ooh.